Hey, babe.
Hey, love.
Got a little bit of a beard.
You what?
Got a little bit of a beard going there. It's coming in fast. Well, we finished up testing as far as we know today. So now it's kind of in the hands of transplant. Figure out what they're gonna do with us.
Yep.
But I was gonna ask you, whenever you and I became friends a while back, before we dated or anything like that, you were kind of opposed to doing a lung transplant.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so I was gonna talk to you about what changed and when did you decide to go ahead and move forward and trying to do the double lung transplant.
Well, all through my life, pardon the hoarseness, that's medication has a lot to do with that too. We take a lot of nebulizer treatments, and I think Lorraine showed you before in one of these videos. Anyway, they're pretty harsh on your vocal cords. So anyway, pretty much most of my life has been a mild case of cystic fibrosis. All the way up till I was 28. I guess I really didn't have too much problems. No, nose itches. Anyway, so all I ever had really affecting me was my breathing. My kidneys were fine. I didn't have diabetes. I didn't have anything else. Pancreas, I took medicine for that, so it would help digest my food. But other than that, I was pretty typical. And as you get older, it progresses. The disease gets it moves from a milder case to a more severe. And, that's kind of where we are now with this lung transplant, but it wasn't always like that. Up until even, 5 or 6 years ago, my PFTs dropped below 30%, and that's usually when they start talking to you about lung transplants. And I didn't feel right in my heart. They were talking about when you have a lung transplant, you're going to exchange one set of problems for another. And at that point, I wasn't on oxygen. I was just 30% deficiency. So like 30% was still pretty good, I thought. And I only had to have oxygen at night when I slept because I'm a shallow breather. And but getting out, I didn't have to wear oxygen or anything like that, so it wasn't really affecting my day-to-day. And like now, I have oxygen with me on a constant basis. So I didn't think it was worth the gamble. Plus, they call it end stage for a reason. It's not because it cures anything. It's because that's the last result. That's the last stage. And if you're under the impression that when you get a new set of lungs, well, heck, these lasted 40-something years, so that next set will last, another 40 years. And that ain't how it works. I mean, you can't give a definite time on it. But 5, 10, maybe 15, I don't know. I don't know I guess that's up to God, really, as it always is with anything, whether we're sick or we're not. So anyway, I said about 5 years ago, they brought it to my attention. I went and got evaluated, and everything was ready to go, and I decided that it wasn't time. So I talked to my dad, and I talked to my mom, and I told them, I said, look, I just don't feel right about getting a lung transplant right now. I think I would be selling myself short. There's still a lot to go in these lungs before we do that. I said, and plus, God's in control. Whether that's where my faith is, it's not in my lungs, it's not in these doctors and things like that. Nah. I said, I'm not saying that I won't get it. I'm just saying right now ain't the time. They were supportive. And then up until a couple of years ago, it slowly got worse. And it was sometime this year that the doctor said, well, you got to move your oxygen up from 2.5 to 3 to 4 at rest, and at maximum when I exert myself. So when I worked out or any of that junk, getting up, running to the bathroom, running to the door, I'm spent. So that's when cystic fibrosis, that's when the lungs started affecting my life, my quality of it. And I decided at that point, and I had just gotten married to my wife, Lorraine, and I want to be around for her. I want to be around for the boys. I want to be around for me. And but the main thing is, and anytime I'm talking in front of the camera, I'm gonna mention it. I want to be around so the Lord can use me in whatever capacity He wants to. And He gives me this opportunity. Hell yeah, I'm taking it. That's you'd be stupid not to. So it's kind of where I am in that. I'm full bore, headed for a lung transplant. Couldn't be happier. I couldn't be more confident that that's the right move. 6 years ago, 5 years ago, it wasn't for me. Today, yeah, I'm ready for it. So anybody that does see that out there, they crap, man, that transplant stuff, I ain't gotta sweat it. You may not, but don't just dismiss it. You can always get your evals done and things like that, and then deny it. But man, if it opens up the opportunity for you and it's something that could be in the future for you, take advantage of it. Shoot, man, I guess that's with learning anything. Anytime somebody offers you time to learn something, like, take advantage of it. Ain't no use being stupid. No. So I guess that's the long and short of it, love.
Okay.
No.
Well, I can remember when you got peace about it, because you prayed about it for a long time, and
Yeah.
we were in the hospital last time, and I guess you finally felt confirmation. You just turned around and you said, all right, it's time to do this.
It's time to do it.
So here we are, ready to do it. So lead us on, Lord, lead us on.
Amen.
So
till next time,
that's
be
what.
blessed, be encouraged.
Yeah.